YouTube, what's up? Hey, make sure I ain't about to flash y'all no titty. What's up, YouTube? Alright. Hey, it's your girl, Danielle. Keep looking sideways for a little bit. Keep watching that viewfinder. So, you have to apologize. I just want to make sure that everything's good. It's the first time using my tripod, so hey, it was what it is. Hey, no cell phone camera, no holding the camera in my face. I'm trying to be, together. It just ain't quite right. Hold on. Look at my light. Alright. Okay. Got my little light going. Alright. It's taking me. I've been thinking about making this video since last night. And unfortunately, here it is getting dark and I'm just now coming outside to make it. But hey, it is what it is, This video is about just a rant, I should say. One of the things that I've been thinking about that's kind of been bothering me is that everyone lately is talking about the federal minimum wage increase. Everybody wants this increase of the federal minimum wage limit, but no one seems to look at the big picture, and they're like, oh, we raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. $15 an hour? Are you fucking kidding me? $15 an hour. What in the hell do we need? Like, what do you need $15 an hour for to flip burgers? That makes absolutely no sense to me. Like, where they do that at? That's what I should be saying. Where they do that at? Because where they do that at for real? Like, I'm really trying to figure out the thought process of people when they're asking for these things. And it's like, yes, I understand that everybody should be working at a livable wage. It is hard out here. And they look at these other countries do this and these other countries do that. But half of these people haven't been to these other countries. They don't know that, yeah, their minimum wage may be like $15 an hour over there, but it costs you $2.50 to get a can of Coke. I'm not saying that Coke is good for you. And shoot, Coca-Cola might be worse for you than cocaine. And let's just say, cocaine is a hell of a drug, so it ain't good for you either. So you can see what that says. But at the end of the day, yeah, it makes no sense for the federal minimum wage to be raised to $15 an hour. Like, I don't understand what these people are asking for when they're asking for these ridiculous things. It just makes no earthly sense whatsoever to me. Then the other thing, I guess, well, let me say, get this out. Rest in peace, Joan Rivers. The one they gave 2 shits, 1 fuck, and 3 dams about anything another person had to say. I can respect that because she was who she was and she was unapologetic for it. Like, you either liked her or you just didn't. Like, what you saw is what you got with Joan, and I can appreciate that about any person. So, rest in peace, Joan Rivers. She died at 81, and honestly, I was happy. I should say, I don't want to sound rude or anything, but I was happy when her family pulled her off of life support. Why would you say you're happy when her family pulled her off life support, Danielle? Okay, well, when somebody goes on life support and those machines are keeping them alive, I feel like that person is no longer there. Like, the body is there, but that person's spirit is already gone. So just keeping them alive on a machine, I feel like it's cruel. So when the first day she had her heart attack, she was already gone. So I was happy that her family went ahead and took her off life support. So rest in peace, Joan Rivers. Now, here's a topic that I've probably been avoiding for some time now, but I'll go ahead and discuss it. The situation in Ferguson. It's bad. Or, I mean, not even just Ferguson. Some of these situations with these cops, killing people, it's so bad. But, like, I'm a person, I tend to keep my thoughts to myself with a lot of these situations, because I feel like when I speak on them, like, there's people that's ready to argue and attack my opinion, because on one hand, you have the people in the black society that feel like I should be feeling more. And it's not that I don't feel bad. I feel very bad. Like, somebody he's a teenager, essentially a child, lost their life. Someone's about almost 10 years younger than me. It's 9 years younger than me. They lost their life in an incident that could have been preventable. And on the other side, you have those others that's like, yeah, I want to make it a race situation. It's about race. It's about race. That's not who I am. It's not who I am. I acknowledge that racist things happen, but I don't feel that the way to fix it is to turn everything into a us versus them type of situation. Because how can you fix hate with more hate? You don't get anywhere with that. I mean, and some people are like, oh, y'all just want to march and all that. I mean, I'm so sick of all of this, you know. There are strategies and things that need to be taken, but it should not include violence. And of course, yeah, we have to do something different than what we've always done in order to seek results. But I don't want us reacting out of anger and then later on, in a couple more weeks, it's all forgotten about. And I mean, I know some of y'all not gonna feel me on that, and it's okay, because I don't put these videos out for people to necessarily agree with what I said. I put these out just to say how Danielle feels. That's the point when I make these videos. So if you don't agree with my opinion, then that's okay. You can unsubscribe or turn it off, don't watch it, not like it, whatever. But at the end of the day, how I feel, like, there's so many of us that get caught up in the emotion of the initial person dying. We did it with Trayvon Martin. We did it with Jordan Davis. But we don't follow through. It's like we just jump on bandwagons. And it's time out for that. Like, most of us have gotten at least an 8th grade education, if not more. I mean, I would like to say everybody's gotten a high school education, but that's not necessarily true for every person. But I like to think that there's more of us that's educated enough to come, you know, make a sensible argument about something. We know how to write. We can write letters. There are our congressmen and women. We write to them and we push for them to do things, because we elected those officials for that reason. We wanted them to do things. We elected them to do things. So we should utilize that. We can call them. You may not be able to write the best letter, the most powerful letter, but you can call and you can express your opinions to them. And that's what we elected these lawmakers for. Like, everyone is like on the side that Obama needs to do. I need to see Obama do. If you took a civics class in high school, or American government, some other equivalent, then you would understand the way the government works. And it's not feasible, it doesn't make sense for the president to jump into local government situations. That's what you elect the mayor of your town for. Now, if you elected a bad one because you just didn't pay attention, or half of y'all just did not go out and vote, let's be completely honest, a lot of you did not go out and vote because a lot of you won't go vote unless it's the presidential election. I can't just sit here and sugarcoat things. Like, you put these people in office, so it's time for you to challenge them to do what you put them in office to do. Unless you want to step up to the plate and do something. But sitting around yelling and screaming and hollering and making nasty Facebook posts, attacking the other side, is not going to change anything. It's not going to do anything at all. And that is not what we need. We all need each other. You might want to believe that we don't, but we do. We all need each other. We all have to work together in order to get something done. So it's time out for the bull. It really is. It's time out for the bullshit. That's my opinion on that. One more thing. Ice bucket challenge. Now, the ice bucket challenge started out as people doing a challenge to raise awareness for charities. In that, while raising awareness for these charities, it became, eventually transitioned to someone utilized it for ALS, because ALS was a disease that many people didn't know about. Those of you with sensitive ears, excuse my language for what I'm about to say. But some of you stupid motherfuckers decided that somehow you want to make the ice bucket challenge about race, and wanted to know about why black people were participating in the ice bucket challenge when there weren't that many black people that get ALS. Well, guess what? Some do. But that's not the point. The point isn't about whether more black people get it and we should support the disease because more black people get it. That's not the point. The point is that to be a human being, to be unselfish, and to care about somebody other than yourself. That's what charity is. To give to something freely. Give something freely of yourself because you care about something other than yourself. It's not just black people on this earth. It's not just white people on this earth. We all live on this earth together. And if we want things to be equal, then we need to start treating it as such. Treating things with love. Oh, I'm not going to donate to your disease. I don't care about your disease because it's more people of my race that get this disease. No. One thing, maybe, yes, we can raise awareness for the diseases that other black people get, but one of the diseases people highlighted was heart disease. There's a lot of people, black, white, Latino, Asian, whatever, they get heart disease. And with the exception of certain people, it's a totally preventable situation. But some of y'all are too hard-headed to work on preventing it. Like, eating right. I don't want to do that. God forbid if somebody takes your cornbread and fried chicken away from you, and collard greens. I mean, collard greens can be good for you depending on how you fix them, but not if you put a whole bunch of fattening things up in it and artery clogging stuff. Like, we hold the power of ourselves to make sure that we eat right. This world was designed with things for us to be able to heal ourselves and not be dependent on these hospitals. Yet there are some diseases that are out of our control, and that's where medical expertise comes into play. But I'm sorry, I'm not going to say that I'm not going to feel bad for a person that has a heart attack or whatever, because that's not the type of person I am. I don't have it in my heart to be evil or anything towards people. But at the same time, like, you can't compare a preventable situation. That means you stop being lazy and working out. And you won't have, and it's just, a lot of y'all are intimidated by working out. There's nothing to be intimidated by. Yeah, you have some people that are super duper fitness gurus and stuff, and they're super, but in order just to be healthy, it doesn't take all that. So you don't need to be intimidated. Just get up off your ass and do something, and stop eating all the time. You do not have to eat bad. It should be a sometime thing. Even when you eat out, there's ways to eat healthier. Did you know veggie pizzas actually taste very delicious? You don't have to have the super greasy meat lovers. I'm just saying. It is what it is. You know. There's nothing wrong with grilled chicken. What? Grilled chicken? Yes, grilled chicken. There's nothing wrong with it. It's delicious. I understand, like, when you really get into it and you start thinking about all these hormones and things, then yeah, that if you can afford to buy grass-fed chicken from like Publix or some place near you, Publix or Whole Foods or whatever it is near you that may sell that, if you look for the grass-fed chicken and beef, whatever, that's okay. You can afford it. But if you can't afford it, you work with what you got. But just working with what you got don't mean just totally giving up and going with the bad. It doesn't mean that. Diabetes. There's type 1 diabetes. They can't be helped. You can't help type 1 diabetes. You're born with it. But type 2, that's all on you, boo-boo. You want to eat all this bad food, you want to get overweight and everything, that's all on you. High blood pressure, or hypertension, the correct term, but high blood pressure, so everyone understands. A lot of that can be all on you. It can be preventable. You can eat right. And then some things I don't understand with some people, even in my own family, and it hurts me. you can get a disease. You know, you can get sicker from these preventable diseases like diabetes and not properly take, even if you're born with diabetes, just not properly taking care of it and managing it and just eating whatever you want to eat and just getting big and whatever for no reason. And then you get kidney failure, or you get kidney failure from high blood pressure because you refuse to manage your high blood pressure, and you refuse to change your eating habits, and refuse to somehow take some of that sodium out of your diet to, you know, some of these artery clogging foods. You didn't want to change anything, and you get sicker. And when you get sicker, you just take more medicine. Like, and that's it. That's all you depend on, is just taking more medicine. It's never seems to be an effort in the right. It never seems to be an effort to, you know, stop taking these medications, to get on the right track. Let's start working out. Okay, you figured out that this was the problem. Now let's start moving from that. Let's not be dependent on these medications, because, you know, you can do better. Why not do better? There goes the plane. Okay, I'm back. But maybe whoever creeping, if they want to be a part of the video, I welcome them. They come on down. Yeah. Those are things that we can't fix. But then there's those are diseases that are preventable. They're like, we should be doing an ice bucket challenge for that. We should be doing an ice bucket challenge about you getting up off your ass and trying to exercise and not eat 10 tons of food all the time. Like, you should not be able to eat in one sitting enough food that pretty much almost equals the calories that you should be eating for the entire day. That's just wrong. And it's abusing your body. You feel like you eating good, but you're abusing your body. And I'm just gonna keep it real with you. Like, that's the only thing I know how to do. Okay, now there's also the other diseases, you know, that are more specific to African Americans, and we do need people to advocate for those. But just because we need more people to advocate for them doesn't mean we shouldn't advocate for the other diseases as well. Because what does it say to say, oh, I don't care about it? It's not humanity. It's not humane to say I don't care about you because you get it and I don't. Because if we want people to care about sickle cell, then why shouldn't we care about why shouldn't we care about ALS? Now this month, and I've been slacking, I know, because the first week of the month didn't quite go the way that I planned that it would, far as what I was going to wear and things like that. But I am still planning, even for those days that I did not wear lipstick, I will still plan to donate the money that I said I was going to donate to the sickle cell fund. Now, I will, for those of you that are still listening, still watching this, I will reintroduce that. For every day in September, because we've only got, this is only September 7th, so we still have more days left to do this. For every day in September, my challenge was to wear a bold colored lipstick And for each day, I would donate 50 cents. I don't have a whole lot of money to give, but what I do have, I don't mind giving, because this is about giving freely of yourself. Now, what I also said, I would tag anybody who takes a picture with a bold lip during the month of September, and they use the tag bold lips for the hashtag bold lips for sickle cell, and they tag me in the picture. I will, for that person, I will donate a quarter for each picture for sickle cell awareness at the end of the month. This is something simple that we can all do, you know. It doesn't take a whole lot of money. 50 cents a day, that's going to equal to being about $15. You're probably going to use that same $15 to take your behind to the club. But on one of these weekends, so one of these Fridays or Saturdays after the month, you're probably going to spend more than that $15. But if you can put $15 aside towards something to help somebody else, why not? That's just my mindset. Why not? And guys, you can participate too. You don't have to wear lipstick to participate, but, and I know there's some people that's like, why do a challenge? Why not just donate? Well, some things, we live in a world where people have pretty short attention spans. And I mean, that's the reality of it. So if a challenge can help bring awareness, then I'm all for it, you know, because everybody's just not going to do right on their own. It is what it is. Everybody's just not going to donate from their own heart. They should, but they're not. So yes, men, you can participate in the challenge too. You have a girlfriend or a friend, a sister, allow them to kiss you on the cheek with a bold lipstick color and take a picture. If you take that picture, and you tag me, I will donate a quarter for your picture, for your picture as well, like I would for a female who tagged me wearing that bold lipstick color on her lips. And while I'm making this, I challenge each and every one of you watching this video and on the sound of my voice to take up a similar challenge. Or if the challenge isn't for you, just donate to the cause. But don't make excuses for not doing something, or why doing this is a bad idea, and then you're not part of the solution. You don't do anything anyways. You didn't donate anyways. You can't bash something if you don't come up with a better solution. It's just crazy to me. Alright, one last thing I'm going to touch on, because I know this video is getting long, but I haven't made a video in quite some time, and there were some things that I felt I needed to get off my chest. It's getting darker, and like I really just have the light of my camcorder right now, but I'm still gonna say it. What September is also Suicide Awareness Month. Now, I don't want to hear anybody saying that, oh, making this a black-white thing, because suicide affects everybody. It does. And as you know, 20% of all suicides in this country are veterans. I'm sure every one of us has lost somebody to suicide, whether it's been a close friend, family friend, sister, brother, uncle, parent, we lost somebody to suicide. And it hurts. It really does. But one thing I want you guys to understand is like, you have to watch the signs. You have to watch the signs. Like, that's what they need from you as a loved one. They need you to watch them, because everybody's like, don't do it. There's so much more to live for. But it's so much more to it than just that, than that person just going and taking that life. The person can feel so down and so defeated, like, that they just can't see up. Like, especially if they're clinically depressed. Like, people don't understand it's probably some form of regular depression that we all experience, and just clinical depression. Like, he's like, well, you just get better, you just have to get over it. It don't work that way. There's a chemical imbalance going on in the person's head, and they just can't get over it. So you have to be their friend, and sometimes you might have to cry. But I've had people tell me that my problems got too much for them. My depression. I've never thought about taking my own life, but I knew when it was getting too rough for me to manage on my own, that it was time for me to go seek help and get medication. So that's what I did. But everybody else isn't that lucky. Or I said the word lucky. I shouldn't use the word. Everybody else isn't that blessed. Everybody else isn't that strong to go and say, I realize this about myself and I'm going to get help. Sometimes they need support from somebody else, and they need somebody to push them. And there's going to be days where they get really low and really down, and yeah, it can be dragging on you. But I want you to think of it like this: would you rather for them to drag you down for a few days, or a few months or whatever, while they're trying to get help to get better? Would you rather that, or would you rather them just give up because they can't see up on their own, so they need somebody else's help? I'm not gonna cry in this video. I feel my voice breaking up, but I'm not gonna do it. But I'm not gonna do it. Not today. I'm not gonna do it. But y'all have to understand, like, when people are that low, they can't see up, and then when they do start to feel good about something, they feel bad about feeling good sometimes. Like, they feel they don't deserve to be happy. And as a friend or a loved one, a family member, that's where you come in. It's your responsibility to try to show them what they can't see for themselves. Show them that they are worth it, because they don't feel it. I know it's easy to say, I see all these good qualities in them and they should know, but it's not like that. They do not see that. They don't see that they can get better. It's just bad. And in the military, suicide, it gets bad, and mental health treatment gets bad because there's a stigma attached to it. We all tell people that you can go get help. There's this source there, there's this source there, there's this source there. Go get help. And in the black community, we want everybody to pray it away, but it's not that easy. A lot of people in the military don't seek help because you feel like once you go get help, it's going to somehow be used against you, and so you suffer, and it gets worse because you feel like by going to get help, even though those avenues are there, then they're going to use it against you and mess up your career. There's a stigma. So until we erase that stigma, that we're going to take your career from you, everything that you loved and you worked hard for, we're going to snatch it from you because you wanted to get help for your mental health and be better. The suicides are going to keep happening. We have to do better. Like, I'm on the outside now, but I say the military and just, I mean, veterans as a whole, like whether you're on active duty, reserve status, or you're just a complete, you're a regular veteran, you've served your time and you're out. We have to do better by looking out for each other, and we have to make these people feel more comfortable about going to seek help. There's nothing wrong with going to seek help. Look me in my eyes, and I'm telling you, there is nothing wrong with going to seek help. It is okay. I've done it. I've known other people that have done it. Do something. You don't have to be afraid anymore because somebody cares. And there's going to be people that you don't want to talk to about it. I understand. I understand totally and completely. But it's people like me that have been there. It's been so low that you just don't know. There's days I get so low that I'm not wanted to eat. And then, I mean, sometimes I've been low because I just didn't have the money to eat. And that in itself makes me more depressed. But it gets better, and it's okay, and you're not alone. And don't let someone punk you out of going to seek help because they feel they're going to threaten you with your career because and make you feel like you gotta suffer, yeah, because you don't. And if your mental stability is not there, how can you complete the mission? Like they always we've been taught in the military to push ourselves. Oh, it's just a little pain. Push yourself. Push through. And it's the mental pain and the physical pain we're taught to do that about. But it breaks you down after a while. And once you get so broken down, that's what the military is only going to replace you with the next person. But you have to take care of you. And you have a family at home that cares about what happens to you. They care that if you're alive or dead, then they don't want to see you take your own life. They don't want to see that. They love you. I don't care how many fights y'all may have had or whatever. At the end of the day, if something happens to you, they're going to be hurt. They're going to be hurt. They're going to be seriously hurt. So you have to take care of yourself. Reach out. I'm offering up myself, reaching out to whoever hears this and watches this video and feels like they don't have nobody. You can get in touch with me. I'll make myself available. If nothing else, through a message, through an email, and even a phone number, you can talk to me. Cause I don't care if you're a stranger to me. I don't want anybody to hurt themselves. I'll do whatever I can as in my own capacity to offer of myself to make sure that people are okay and being unselfish about it. So, that's all I have to say for tonight. Now that I finally got this tripod together and figured out how to use it, and still have to, realize where to look, because like I got the viewfinder off to the side to make sure I'm in the frame and stuff, but I may consider still watch the viewfinder instead of actually watching the camera. It's Something that's gonna take some getting used to. But expect more videos from me. Expect better quality videos from me, and just know you guys are loved. You're loved. I may not know you from Adam and Eve, but I love you. You haven't heard it from nobody else. You just heard it from me. Alright, you guys. Peace.